welcome to a cheeky chat with Chris Johnston, presented by DanceBeat. All right, tonight we are in the after party for the DBDC in the presidential suite on the presidential sofa. And I have two very presidential people with me. And this is the first time I have ever interviewed them. Ladies and gentlemen, Corky, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us here. It's been an amazing, fantastic event.
And of course, his much more glamorous, much better half, Carolina.
Hi, everybody. It's so great to be here. This is an amazing after party. It's an amazing event.
So come in, guys. Come in. So so Carolina, this is the first time that we've had you at DBDC. Have you been to Boston before?
I've been to Boston before. I actually performed in Copley Square when I was still competing.
In Copley Square?
Yes.
And did you sort of pass a hat at the end of your performance?
I didn't. It was in the Fairmont Hotel.
Oh yeah, that's a little hotel just up the road from here with a very tiny ballroom. So I'm so glad you now got to experience the best in Boston.
Yes. Well, I used to drive here from New York. I lived in New York for 11 years, so I used to come here all the time.
I thought you came from Canada.
I was born and raised in Toronto, but I moved to New York in '97.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, that's a whole other interview. How you got to drive here all the time from New York. But Corky.
Yes, sir.
I have known you for a long time, mate.
A long time.
And we have never actually really had a good conversation.
And that's very true.
It is very true.
And that's kind of weird now that you think about it. All the years we've known each other.
I know, it's crazy. So, tell me, you do everything. So you're a little bit like me. You MC, you dance pro, you dance pro-am.
Yeah, of course.
What do you prefer? What do you... Give us what you think about the difference in all of those three things.
Well, at the bottom of it, my heart loves dancing. I love to dance, so it doesn't matter if it's with a pro-am or if it's with a professional. And if I'm emceeing, it's all about the dance, right? So I think that's why we're here, because we love it so much.
Okay. And you're from Texas?
Originally, yeah, born and raised in Texas. I currently live in California.
Okay. And there's lots of rumors about you.
Oh, really?
About the weed whacker.
Okay, what about it?
Well, did your family invent the weed whacker or whatever it was?
Okay, actually, weed whacker, it was the weed eater, but we made the weed whacker for Sears, and Sears was like Amazon back then.
Okay.
So Sears in the 90s and the 80s was like Amazon is today, and we made their private label called the Weed Whacker. But funnily enough, my dad invented the Weed Eater after he was the president of Arthur Murray and Fred Astaire.
That was the next thing. So you are from a dancing family.
I'm from a dancing family, but the cool thing is my dad was the president of Arthur Murray. His job was to open a school in every state.
Okay.
And then Fred Astaire hired him to become the president. So that's kind of how I grew up in that environment, in the dance business.
Okay, so that was good because I never knew. And Carolina, do you come from a dancing family, or how did you get into all of this?
My parents are engineers, and I'm a rebel.
But her parents encouraged the dancing. They loved it.
They encourage the dancing, but I busted out with Michael Jackson impersonations, and I love dancing, and I could not stop. And they finally got me proper lessons.
Well, guys, as I say, it's taken a hell of a long time, but I am so glad that you've sat down with me tonight and actually put a few things straight as to how you get into all of this. So, guys, I never know who's going to turn up in the presidential suite on the presidential sofa at the Park Plaza Hotel in Boston, but let's see who comes next. And guys, have a good one. Mwah. Mwah. Corky. Mwah. Good night.